And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Monday, June 9th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. Here we are on a Monday morning, and hopefully going to get the week started off right, your weekend hours. And each Monday, we're on the air for Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main here in Lebanon. Clint Kelly is with us this morning. Clint, good morning to you.
Coleman.
Nice to have you with us, of course. Clint runs the service department for Absolute Kubota. And, of course, he takes care of those Kubota tractors and hay equipment and zero-turn mowers and RTVs and the whole nine yards, as we say. So what you got for us today?
Just a reminder, I know we've got a lot of people that just finished their first cut of hay. So if you've got everything all rolled up and you found any knickknacks, any issues, any quirks and knocks, give us a call. We definitely want to get stuff taken care of before the next cut comes around. We've got a few customers that have already brought stuff in for that, and just want to put the plug out for that. Also with, we've had so much rain this past month, all throughout the spring. We've had a lot of people that they're still not mowing consistently every week. So if you're getting into it again now, and you've got any issues with your mowers, just give us a shout. We want to help out and do what we can to make sure everything's running the way it should and as problematic as little problems as possible.
Well, keep the phone number in mind, 615-449-6171. And, of course, their website, you can find a lot of information there, www.absolutekubota.com. Mower repair is a big thing with you, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We want to keep things running as like I said, with as few problems as possible. We want the things that you buy from us, we want them to last. And a big part, like you and I talk about that all the time, it's doing maintenance after the fact. So, taking care of things when the schedule is supposed to be done. In your operator's manual, if you have questions, give us a call. We love doing warranty checks to see if there's anything that we can get covered from the manufacturers, but making sure that everything's running as well as it can. And then we also have our rental fleet that I put in a plug for that we're expanding. So we've added more skid steers, we've added more mini excavators too, and we're also adding. We've had lots of Exmark mowers in the past. We're starting to add a lot more Kubota mowers too as well. So if you've been curious about a Kubota mower and how well it works, how well it cuts, we've got some brand new mowers that we put in the rental fleet if you want to come down and give one a try.
Well, you can give one of those a try and see if you like it. Rent for a while, and then for some people, it just is more economical to rent than it is to purchase one of those. Depends on how much you're going to use, I guess, and what the use is for, and that sort of thing. But I guess no two people are just exactly alike.
We've got we've had quite a few customers call that they've taken mowers to other shops that they're brands that we don't sell. So it's not stuff that we are going to work on. But unfortunately, those shops don't have rental departments. So we've had people come in just to get something to hold them over for the time being while their mower's being repaired. And again, it's a good chance to give a brand that we sell a try. And then the thing I always let people know too is if you've got a mower that you're kind of getting frustrated with and you just want to be done with it, we take in trades. So they do that all the time. So you can always give us a call and send us some pictures of what you've got. And we'll give you a trade-in quote to get you in something that we sell.
Well, you just really have a lot going for you there. And, of course, there's the Red Max outdoor power equipment we don't talk as much about, but that includes chainsaws and grass trimmers, leaf blowers, edgers, hedge clippers. They're all necessary implements, too.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's all part of keeping your yard all done and ready to go.
And as your predecessor here used to say all the time, that you do have everything from weed eaters to hay balers, and that's probably a pretty good description. But if you really need to come and just see, you have the lot right there on West Main. It's just full of things for people to buy or rent.
Absolutely, and the thing is, if there's something that you are curious about that we don't have, there's a good chance we can get it in. Every once in a while, we're trading with other dealerships to get other machines in from time to time if a customer wants to get something. So just in case we don't have it, it's not like COVID times when it was going to be a long wait. Just give us a call and let us know what you need, and we'll make it happen.
Well, as far as your repair work goes, are you able to stay fairly up to date? Are you Are you way behind right now?
No, so we get that call all the time. It kind of frustrates me because we try and work. The thing that Matt drilled into me when I started was appointments. So we try and work by appointments. Right now, if someone were to, we have more technicians than we ever have, so we're able to move stuff in and out as quick, in a very good timeline. So right now, if we got a call about a new issue, let's say a tractor broke a front axle, something pretty dramatic, we could get it looked at probably on Wednesday, and then depending on how bad it is, then we'd know the timeline to get it repaired. Most of our repairs are still under 10 days from when the person first brings the machine to us to when they're picking it up.
Well, for these people who are professional lawnmowers, this rainy season has probably got them on edge anyway. And I mean, they're needing stuff done yesterday, especially the way it's raining and the way it's looking. We'll have some more rain this week.
I know, and it's great. So we've got a lot of people that they want to bring stuff in when it's raining. And like I said, we have more technicians now than we ever have. So if you just need an in and out pit stop, like oil change or sharpen the blade, something like that, we can definitely accommodate that while you wait as well.
All right. Well, Clint, have a great week. We'll see you next time. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Coleman.
Clint Kelly, Service Department at Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main here in Lebanon, 615-449-6171. And don't forget their website, www.absolutekubota.com. We're 10 minutes after the hour, and I have invited two of my friends to be with us today to talk about an event that is getting closer every day, and that is the Nashville Symphony on the Lawn at Cumberland University. And I have Judy Lee and Candy Partee. Judy, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Candy Partee, good morning to you as well.
Good morning, Coleman.
It is nice to see you both today. And most of the time, honestly, when you've been here, you've been on the second half. It's a little bit different at the first half. I mean, you got to see me arrive this morning. Now, not that there's a lot to be said for that, but
well, there was a lot of fanfare. Yeah.
Yes.
The fact that my guest gets here before me, that happens quite often. But I am on time. I was honestly running a little bit late for me this morning, but we're here and everything's lovely. And this community event that we talk about each year, and usually with you two ladies, is on June the 13th. And it's a Friday evening at Cumberland University, and the symphony itself begins at 7:30, but there's preliminary, and we've got a lot to talk about this morning. Judy, why don't you get us started here? This is something we've talked about many times, and people seem to really appreciate this, and they turn out for it, and especially now we're always hoping to have it on the lawn, not in the gym, but it's scheduled either way, right?
It is, and the good thing about it is even if we do have to move inside, and we'll move inside the gym, and Candy and I were talking about it a while ago, the acoustics are marvelous in that gym, so you can really hear, and it's not like a total washout. The puppy dogs don't generally come in, but we do usually have a crowd if we have to go in for the rain. Hopefully we won't.
All right. Again, it is June the 13th, and as I look over at the calendar, that's this week.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's here upon us.
Yes. When we're excited about it, it's always one of the most fun things that I think that we do around here, and we usually have really big crowds if the weather will be okay for it. But there's so many other little things that are going on at the same time, and pre-show, and those are great things to be entertained by before the symphony even starts.
Which we're going to get into this morning. How long have you been doing this, let's say, being affiliated with the Symphony on the Lawn?
Probably at least over 25 years.
Really?
Yes.
Candy, what about you? As equally as
Somewhere between, I think I was probably involved from the beginning. So, and we've kind of lost count how many years
Right.
we've been doing this, but it's over 30 years. So, I mean, it's a long time. And we initially, we did it out at the fairgrounds.
Right, that's where we started.
And then after a few years, we moved to Cumberland's campus, which is just a lovely setting to have the symphony.
It really is, and honestly, I've said this several times, but there's really none just like it. I mean, it's unique, and especially on the lawn. There's just something about the setting, and as it begins to get dark and the symphony starts playing, and they are so good. All and he comes down with that baton, however you do it, and they all start and together in sync and sound so good.
It's a wonderful night, and if you haven't been there, you really need to make a point to come this year, because you won't want to miss it after that.
We have third generations that are there, and that's what's so exciting.
It is totally free, right?
Absolutely, it's free.
It's the symphony doesn't come free. It's made possible.
No, we have sponsors that we would like to talk about before we stop today.
We will get to them.
Yes.
Through the generosity of the sponsors, it is free to the public.
Correct.
And come one, come all. We need to go to a break here quickly, but now this is an event where if you want to sit, and most people do, bring your lawn chair, or you can bring a blanket and sit on the ground.
Right.
Most people will bring their lawn chairs, and it just makes for a great evening. And it's coming up. It's the June the 13th, which is this Friday evening, beginning the symphony itself at 7:30. There's a lot of preliminary beginning at 6 o'clock, and we'll get into all of that after we go to a break here. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by our friends at Bates Ford, and that regular oil change $39.95 up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal, 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's moving a little bit better on 24 eastbound at Harding Place, where we had that crash earlier. Traffic's already a little bit crowded. 65 southbound at Trinity Lane. It continues to build on 24, especially coming through the Jolton area right now. On 24 east at Whites Creek Pike, it's picking up also on I-40 there at the airport. At Donaldson Pike, all that traffic coming in from Wilson County there into the Hermitage area. Hey, Princess Hot Chicken has new items on the menu. Check them all out this week when you order online at princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Cedar City RV, your destination for all things camping. Whether you're looking for travel trailers, fifth wheels, or anything in between, Cedar City RV has you covered. We proudly offer top brands like Forest River, Palomino, Rockwood, Coachman, and more. Plus, expert service after the sale to keep you on the road with confidence. Financing is available, making it easier than ever to start your next adventure. Visit us online at cedarcityrv.com or stop by our location at 1102 Sparta Pike in Lebanon to explore new and previously enjoyed models today.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us here on a Monday morning. And if you just turned our way, thank you. Of course, we do have with us this morning Kathy Parkey and Judy Lee, and we're talking about the Symphony on the Lawn coming this Friday at Cumberland University. The Cumberland University Community Arts Council is responsible for that, and you ladies are, I guess, even the leaders of this are certainly active and very active members of it, right?
Yes.
Just quickly, what is the Cumberland University Community Arts Council?
We're a group that loves the arts, and we came together at Cumberland years ago to support the arts, the art program at Cumberland, and we still do that, and also encourage arts within the community. And that's one of the reasons we started with the Symphony on the Lawn, is to encourage that.
Well, are you seeking members, people that would like to join you?
We're always looking for people that are interested. We've just recently added people to the Arts Council as far as our board goes, or our steering committee, I guess is what you'd call it. And we have some of the arts faculty members from Cumberland and local school arts instructors. And so we've kind of broadened our reach within the community actively with people in our group to, I guess, more reasonably connect all the arts within Wilson County and the surrounding areas so that everyone knows what's going on and we can promote that better.
Is the symphony maybe the biggest thing you do each year, and maybe more time devoted to it?
Actually, it kind of does it does itself anymore. But yes, it's the biggest, event. Obviously, there are events on campus all throughout the year through their arts programs, and then within the county in the schools and around other venues. So, I mean, there's a lot of art going on.
One thing that had started with Cumberland is a camp that they have in the summertime and for students and young people around in the county. And that's been a huge thing that has developed over the last few years. And they will be introduced to do the pre-music before the symphony starts, these children and kids that do this.
All right. Well, let's talk about some of the things that are associated with the symphony on the lawn. I mean, the symphony itself will begin at 7:30, but there's some preliminary, a pre-concert, and some pre-concert activities, and we want to go through all of it this morning. So what happens at 6 o'clock?
Well, at 6 o'clock, Judy just talked about our camp students. So Camp FAME, FAME, which stands for Fine Arts Matter in Education. And the students, the music students of that program, will be performing things they practiced during their camp. And so that's always fun. The parents are always there, all the kids. And so we really appreciate that. Then we also...
and that starts promptly at 6?
At 6 o'clock,
all right.
Yes. And then throughout the whole evening prior to the concert starting at 6, we have chalk art. So we bring chalk, and there are sidewalks up there at Cumberland all over the place, and we allow the young people, the kids, big kids too, to draw chalk on the sidewalks. So that's fun. And then we have... You want to talk about the petting zoo? Because Judy loves the petting zoo. That is my favorite thing.
The orchestra brings different instruments, and they let the children hold them, blow into them, strum them, play with them, and they're just wonderful. And those children just adore getting to do that. And so do some of us adults. And so it's a wonderful thing to get really put your hands on some of these things.
It might be that's the first time one of those children have touched that particular instrument.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're not aware of the range of different instruments, and this gives them a chance to look at them and hold them and sometimes try to play them.
And find out what a trombone is, I guess.
Yes.
Or whatever else, trumpet, whatever it might be.
Right. I have a granddaughter that put a cello between her knees, and she didn't exactly know what to do with it. But I have a picture of her, and it's just a wonderful thing for kids, older and adults. They'll let adults do it too.
Well, now, does that go on pretty much between 6 and 7:30?
Right, prior to the actual, everything shuts down at 7.
Oh, okay.
Because the orchestra has to assemble, and they have to have their music together, and they have to tune. And so from 7 to 7:30, there is nothing. But then they will start right at 7:30.
All right.
Well, there is... food and I mean, they could still do chalk art and stuff like that,
right.
But the actual petting zoo that we were talking about, that quits at 7.
Yeah, if you wait till 7 o'clock, you waited too late for the petting zoo.
Correct.
Yes.
Pretty much. Okay. All right. You need that's a preliminary, really, it's something to it. The orchestra assembles and they make sure their instrument is in fine tune, and it's not like they just come and sit down and start playing. They have a little preliminary warm up and get acclimated, I guess, and ready to go.
Right. They do.
And we wait too, and this is something that's happened over the last few years. We wait till the sun goes down, because at one point in time, the sun coming from the west was right in the eyes of some of the musicians. So that's why they pushed it back to 7:30.
Yeah, they used to start at 7, and the sun would be right in their eyes, and that's not good.
Well, again, if you've never made the Symphony on the Lawn, you want to consider this. And, of course, it is made possible by the Cumberland University Community Arts Council, a free community event, but made possible by a number of sponsors. Now, do y'all have a list, or maybe off the top of your head, you know who you want to identify here? And I think it's worth our time to give them a big thank you.
Absolutely. Well, Cumberland University is a big part of it because they help us with the logistics and obviously the venue. So they're one of our big sponsors. Wilson Bank and Trust, both Rotary Clubs, the Breakfast Rotary Club here and the Noon Rotary Club here in Lebanon. And the Capitol Theater is a sponsor, and then Amazon is a sponsor. So we're really appreciative of our sponsors because we could not do this otherwise.
We're very blessed to be able to have
And
them.
anybody who's going to attend, if you have an opportunity to thank any or all of these people, that would be nice too, to let them know you appreciate it, because this is it's a thing of culture. I think we can say it's something to appreciate. When you think of an orchestra, and I don't know how many members, but there's what? You got 30, 40
30, maybe 30 to 35 that come to us.
And I mean, they are really accomplished musicians. They're professional.
Oh, they're professional musicians
who have spent a lot of time learning their skill, and so this is and they come here, and of course they do get paid, but it's paid for by these sponsors, and it's free to the public, and it's something worth seeing, of course. All right, and they will be starting around 7:30.
7:30 for the symphony, yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. And it will last up to an hour or so.
They play for an hour, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, well, and we haven't done much of this, and I know you have, you mentioned it, Candy, but we haven't gone into it. You've got, there's plenty to eat. You can bring food and drink, and have it right there, and you don't have to spend a penny, but a lot of people are going to sample some of what is available there to eat and drink.
Right. Houston's of Mount Juliet will be there. Also, the Vietnam Veterans Chapter 1004, they will be there, grilling hamburgers and hot dogs. And then Two Fat Man Catering has their ice cream truck. So there's always a long line there. So
a lot of people really enjoy the having some ice cream while they listen to the symphony.
Absolutely.
And I am one of those.
It's really good ice cream.
It is, and usually it's kind of hot. So you know that so everybody wants that experience to have the cold with them.
And of course, we're hoping for good weather, but in the case of rain, and this decision has to be made quite early, I understand. I mean, if there's much chance of rain, they're not going to take a chance on getting these instruments.
Well, it's that and the electronics. We have to make the decision by 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
We will know by then.
But I think more times than not, we've done it on the lawn. We do go into the gym if necessary. But either way, the sound, it's great. It's just a little bit different setting. The music is great either way. Have we left anything out here this morning? I know there's a lot involved in this, and you have a number of people who come together to get this. And last year was maybe a record crowd.
I think it probably was. I mean, it looked like it. We don't have any good way anymore to count how many people show up, but yes, it was a huge crowd.
But the expanse of the crowd tells you a lot. How much of that campus is full of people there, and I think last year might have been the best crowd I've ever had.
Went from the Phoenix all the way down to halfway down at least. It was amazing to see. And some people also will bring like little tables and some chairs if they want to, and if they have a group that's want to be together and have a little party. We have some of those too.
Well, and I have I've said this a number of times, but there's a lot of little children there but they are well behaved. Now they may be running around a little bit, having fun, but there's never been a problem with that I know of. The crowd is exceptional. They come for a great symphony, and they are not disappointed.
No, not at all.
Right.
But it is very family-friendly event.
Mm-hmm.
Bring the kids.
The dogs.
Get comfortable.
Good dogs.
We have
On
good
leash.
dogs there, and so it's a
And
wonderful.
you do have one of our own here going to be the MC for the occasion.
Absolutely.
Give MJ credit this morning.
Yay, MJ.
So I think we've covered this pretty well, but you can bring your own food and drink, and a lot of people do, but a lot of people still get some ice cream or some hamburgers or whatever from the people who are serving, and of course an opportunity, especially for children, to do the petting zoo and find out what some of these instruments are all about. It's all coming up this Friday evening, Cumberland University, with the symphony beginning at 7:30. It's June 13th, so keep all that in mind. And I just want to thank you two for coming out and telling us about it this morning. Judy Lee and Candy Partey, we appreciate what you do, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's part one of Coleman and Company. More coming up right here on FM 98.9.
All right, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford and the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. $59.95 up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation, and safety checks. 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. There's a couple of accidents out here. It's trying to build in a couple of spots. I-40, especially through Kingston Springs, coming in right now from Dixon County. As you head into Bellevue, 65, a little sluggish at times southbound. At Trinity Lane, some traffic flow trying to get down Ellington Parkway now from the top down to the bottom. When you need dependable towing in Middle Tennessee, no matter what county you're in, call STR Towing and Recovery. Check them out at strtow.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is in a new location, 1746 West Main in Lebanon, across from Sports Village. Gregory Dental Group offers cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on a compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs.
No insurance? No problem. Call about the discount plan. Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322.
Mount Juliet Plumbing is the company to call it. Mount Juliet Plumbing, we can fix it all. If you have a plumbing problem and you're needing it solved, call Mount Juliet Plumbing today. We will fix it right, the Mount Juliet Plumbing way. We tackle all your plumbing problems. Call the Singing Plumber right now. Give us a call today over at Mount Juliet Plumbing and Leak Detection at 615-733-5665. Check out my music at edkellymusic.com.
The versatile Kubota B-Series is a do-it-all tractor. Run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. It features a hydrostatic transmission and is simple to maintain. The Kubota B-Series, the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main, Lebanon.
We'll have sunny skies for today. Highs will be in the upper 80s. Mostly clear for tonight. Lows in the lower 60s. And the sunshine continues for our Tuesday. Afternoon highs around 90. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. With your severe view forecast, I'm Storm Specialist Drew Richards.
We welcome you to part 2 of Coleman and Company, and here on a Monday morning, Gail Helen joins us. She's the Director of Marketing and Events for the Farm Bureau Expo Center, and always here with to let us know what's happening out there at a happening place, right?
It is a happening place, that is for sure, and good morning.
Well, it's good to have you, and you have your grandson who is watching us over here.
I do. I have Colby here with me today, so he gets to see what a radio station's all about.
We have welcomed Colby, and he was just finished kindergarten, I believe.
He did.
Yeah.
He starts first grade when school starts.
And taking it all in this morning.
That's right.
Well, he's a fine one. What you got going?
Well, we just wrapped up our first gun show of the year, and from what I understand, it was quite the success. Billy he's my good benchmark. He tells me what it was like. Was it good? Was it bad? Did it need more of this? And I always appreciate that. And I know he was excited to see the first gun show come in this year. So we're very excited about that. And
well, to say the least, people do turn out for that.
They do turn out for that. That is a solid event to book for sure.
And they must have found a good home here at the Farm Bureau Expo Center.
Well, yes, they definitely have. I think that they feel that way too. And they love the area too, though. I mean, equally, I should say, because when I wasn't able to give them any events in the spring, largely because of dance shows, they actually pivoted and started using the Made in Tennessee building. Of course, that limits them severely because it's a much smaller show. Mm-hmm. But to their credit, that gives them the continuity of being able to have a show. So, their presence is known, and now we get phone calls going, is the gun show in your building or is it in that other building? So, but that's all great because then we can help navigate that, and we may have a show in the expo if they're not with us that maybe that traffic wouldn't want to come in and be a part of that. So we're always happy to help.
All right, what else is going on?
Well, spring thaw is here, so that means that Tommy Williams is busy. He's very busy, first show of the year, or second show of the year, and that means the motorcycles will be moving in, so it's always fun to see that, and, he utilizes... That's right. Well, now, are we talking motorcycles or cars here? Because, I'm just saying. But I enjoy seeing that because there's a lot of antique motorcycles. It's always fun to see that. Yeah. But when you speak of motorcycles, so it's kind of going hand in hand because the very next week we have BMW MOA. So they're coming in and they're bringing in, I guess their estimated attendance at this point based on registration is going to be well over 6,000 people. So that's very exciting. What a wonderful group they are to work with. They have been here, they were here in 2019. Mm-hmm. And so they're coming back. And when I had the opportunity to go to their show in Oregon last year, I was promoting this year's show, and the people that would come up and say, "Oh my gosh, I remember when we were there. Oh, I'm so glad we're coming back." And it was just very nice. I felt like I was meeting family because they were excited to come back. So we're excited to welcome them back.
And a good economic boost as well.
Oh, that's a huge economic boost. Yeah, and you will have a lot of BMW motorcycles on the road, but they have safety courses. They even come out and do a safety course with law enforcement earlier in the year. So, they're very invested and they put a lot of work and a lot of planning into their events.
Well, we do appreciate getting you out here to let us know what to expect, and we know what to expect: motorcycles or antique cars or BMW or what's this one?
Are you talking spring thaw or BMW?
The BMW. Oh, well, yeah. Whatever. You let us know, and then we see it, and we know how active really and how busy things are at the Expo Center.
It will be busy for BMW. They have the whole grounds. Yeah. So they a lot of them do camping. A lot of them, they don't necessarily bring a motorhome unless, of course, they have a toy hauler that will be a part of that. But they fill hotels. They dine in the area. They explore the area. So and they're just great people. Yeah. They're just great people.
All right, got about a minute. What else?
We've got a Kai-Con coming up right after that, and that's pretty much anime. A lot of people dress up like different characters, and there's contests and a lot of merchandise opportunities and entertainment. You have to really be into that to totally understand all of it, but they're great people and they're very nice to work with as well.
Well, you have a great one, and let me remind everybody to check out their website at farmbureauexpo.com or Facebook for events, event details, leasing information, and more.
That is exactly correct.
All right.
Have a great day.
See you next Monday.
All right.
Gail Hallam, Director of Marketing and Events for the Farm Bureau Expo Center. Well, that takes us to about 21 and a half minutes away from 8 o'clock. And this is the Monday that we feature the Mount Juliet plumber, Ed Kelly, Mount Juliet Plumbing and Leak Detection, and Ed Kelly Music. And Ed Kelly, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you. Good to see. I think the sun's shining a little bit out there this morning. We've had quite a bit of rain, and may be having some more.
It has been pretty wet, and when it's wet like this, it slows down a little bit, and so I'm expecting a boom in phone calls because once people start getting outside again, they're going to start noticing things that they just didn't notice when all the rain was pouring down.
Well, that number for Mount Juliet Plumbing and Leak Detection, Ed Kelly, is 615-733-5665, 5665. And you can call that number if you need a plumber, if you've got a leak and you want his leak detection service, or if you're interested in Ed Kelly Music, that works as well, right?
Right. Yeah, and we got a new song
today. One
today.
phone number for it all.
We got a new song today.
Got a new song. Are you ready to play it already?
We're going to wait until after the commercial.
All right, after our break at 7:45.
But, it's interesting because you never know, as a songwriter, you never know you had it in you. And it just comes out.
Yeah.
And this one's called St. Patrick's Day. And it's me and my wife, we got married on St. Patrick's Day, and it just it's a good little song that has some truth to our story. I mean, it's not 100% personal, but no song is.
Well, St. Patrick's Day is always March 17th.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So,
we moved out of our office in Old Hickory because we were having issues with the landlord and didn't want to renew. And so we looked for some other spaces, but there hasn't been anything available. So I actually got an 18-wheeler trailer from Shippers over there. And he had a used trailer he sold me, and I didn't have any planning. I wasn't planning on doing this, but just needed a place to temporarily store some plumbing parts and stuff. And we were a little bit slower than usual, so we ended up building a office in there. And I don't have a very, very big office in there, but it's big enough. It's 8 by 12.
Yeah.
And I've got my taxidermy in there and a little air conditioner, and then it's big enough for shelving all the way down it. It's 53 feet long, and then there's shelves on each side with plumbing parts. And we even put a drop-down ceiling like y'all got in here in it to kind of help keep it from being so hot because we don't have it all air conditioned. But
has that got anything to do with the writing of the song?
Well, I walked in there one evening and sat down, and wasn't planning on writing it. And then I just started singing a couple of words, and after about 10 minutes, I had the foundation of the song.
Now, how long ago was that?
That was on the 24th of May.
Oh.
And then I recorded this song a week ago Friday, which I don't know what day that was, but...
but it's called St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. And it took me all the way up to the day I was going to go and record to kind of figure out exactly how I wanted to do the final verse and all that. But
I guess every song has got a story as to how it was written, what was the inspiration for it. Some just kind of jump out, I've heard.
Yeah, this one literally just started out with the first line, and that's just the type of songwriter I am. I can, as I've gotten better at it, I can do themes and stuff, but if I think of an idea, I want to write a song about that, but I don't ever know how it's going to materialize, and I don't ever know how I'm going to actually do it, or when I'm going to do it. It's just spontaneous, and this is a spontaneous song, and I think those are the best ones.
See, what was that line? And the Statler brothers had a song. Some I wrote for Mama, Some I wrote for fun, some I wrote and threw away, and never sang to anyone. One of the things I admired about those guys, a lot of the songs they sang, somebody in that group wrote.
Yeah.
And of course, if you can write your own songs, then
well, I told my wife the other day, if there was anybody not convinced that I have that it factor, this song is like the icing on the cake. And if you listen to my music, I believe any of them could be a number one hit any given day. But if you weren't convinced that I had the it factor, this is the song that will convince you.
Well, I tell you what, let's do. You probably got everybody on the edge of their seat wanting to hear what you're talking about. So let's go here about a minute early and go ahead to our break.
Okay.
When we come back from the break, we will play the song St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
I guess we better come back to us, MJ, and we'll introduce it again. But now it's time for a break. Ed Kelly is with us, Mount Juliet Plumbing and Leak Detection, and Ed Kelly Music right here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by our friends at Absolute Kubota. Premium brands require premium parts and service. Contact Absolute Kubota's Elite Certified Service Department to schedule an appointment. 449-6171. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's picked up a little bit more volume through Kingston Springs right now on 40 East coming in from Dixon County as it gets a little bit heavier. 65 south at Trinity Lane. It's building with more volume. Vietnam Vets coming westbound at Gallatin Pike as you come through Hendersonville. Wilson County traffic's on the increase, especially right now through Mount Juliet. Westbound I-40 headed on over into Hermitage. Hey, if you recently suffered hail or storm damage and now your roof is leaking, call Independent Roofing Specialists. Check out their website, irsroofs.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
We're the Mount Juliet Plumbers, and we're just a phone call away. We know if you're having a plumbing problem, it's not a good day. So give us a call right now, and we'll be on the way. 615-733-5665. Call 615-733-5665. Call the Singing Plumber right now, and I'll tackle all your plumbing problems. And check out my music at edkellymusic.com. It's 615-733-5665.
Need a venue for your next corporate training, meeting, luncheon, or customer appreciation event? These are just a few of the event options that the Farm Bureau Expo Center can accommodate within its 79,000 square feet of adaptable event space. The Farm Bureau Expo Center offers unparalleled versatility for corporate events in Wilson County. Come on by and check us out. For booking details as well as upcoming events, visit farmbureauexpo.com or find us on Facebook. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Farm Bureau Expo.
All right, we'll continue here on a Monday morning. Ed Kelly, the singing plumber, is here. And without further ado, Ed, you wrote this one just recently, just a couple of weeks ago. Got it recorded, and it's called St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready to hear it.
All
Here's
right,
the singing plumber, Ed Kelly.
I woke up this morning to get dressed for work. I saw my baby lying there in my old t-shirt. It dawned on me how blessed I am for getting to be her man. She woke up, smiled at me and said, I was dreaming about the day we wed. It was St. Patrick's Day in that sleepy town that you moved to when I got cold feet and let you down. At the old Baptist church in the afternoon, my daddy didn't want me to marry you, but I knew that you were a special man. I wanted to go with you and be your woman. Said I dreamed dreamed about our honeymoon, all the good times that we had out on South Padre, two-stepping in the sand. You sang me a country song, we made love all night long like two lovebirds flying in the wind. We'll be together till the very end. Thanks to St. Patrick's Day, in that sleepy town that you moved to when I got cold feet and let you down. At the old Baptist church in the afternoon, my daddy didn't want me to marry you, but I knew that you were a special man. I wanted to go with you and be your woman. Life's thrown some curveballs and some touchdowns. We've seen some success and some letdowns. We've had to work really hard to get to where we are, but we've always been dreamers, reaching for the stars. It was St. Patrick's Day in that sleepy town that you moved to when I got cold feet and let you down. At the old Baptist church in the afternoon, my daddy didn't want me to marry you, but I knew that you were a special man. I wanted to go with you so I could be your woman. Oh, I knew that you were a special man. I wanted to marry you and be your woman.
All right, there you have the singing plumber Ed Kelly. The song is called St. Patrick's Day, and it's, 95% true to life?
Yeah, that's a pretty true song. That's my story and my wife's story.
Yeah.
And we got married in a little town called Tioga, Texas. And I moved there. She was being pressured a lot by her family to not marry me, and we had kind of agreed on a few wedding dates, and she kept changing it. And so I said, you know what, the heck with this, and I asked her for the ring back. And then I was renting a place in the Dallas area, and then my lease was about to expire, so I decided to move to that little town called Tioga.
Yeah.
And I made a decision that I was either going to get married or I was going to buy a boat, because there was Lake Ray Roberts right there, and I was ready to do a lot of crappie fishing if I wasn't getting married. And there was a time where we didn't talk for 10, 15 days, and I cared about my wife deeply, and so I decided to go see her. I wanted to see how she responded.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see if it was really over. And so, I got her a card and some flowers. I went to see her, and her response was positive. And then I took her out to the house I was renting in Tioga, and she picked the day, St. Patrick's Day, for us to get married, and we got married, and that was it. That was all she wrote. And then we honeymooned on South Padre Island, and that was actually the first time I ever had been on an airplane.
Oh,
I'd never flown before, never had a need to, and South Padre is a little island between Mexico and there's a there's a bridge to get to it from Texas.
And now, what, 5 children later?
13 years and 5 children later.
You're in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Here in
Mount Juliet, actually.
Yeah. So,
Well, your business is in Mount Juliet.
I'm glad I was able to write that song.
Yep.
I never knew I had it in me. Because and I didn't even plan on writing it. It was just as spontaneous as it came. I was a little bit hoarse that day. I had been sick because my kids, they don't like to wash their hands or anything, and we spread something around with each other, and then it just started with that first line, about getting dressed for work, and then it turned into that. And
okay, somebody wants to hear this, it's available online.
I haven't put it online yet, but it's going to be on the website, edkellymusic.com, so they can download it.
Now, is there a cost for that?
Yeah, it's anywhere from 99 cents to $2 to download a song, or if you want to download the album, you can. I haven't. This is going to be. I've got 2 albums. A Part of Me Died and the Best Damn Country Songs in the World. This is these last 2 songs that were played. They're going to be on my 3rd album. I've also got a Christian album that I haven't really displayed yet, but I'm in the process of getting that ready to release, and it'll be on there.
Well, now, will these be songs that you have written, or will it be some traditional?
Every song on here I've written. I've never recorded a song that
you hadn't written.
I haven't written.
Okay.
I've thought about doing that with like a Christmas album type of thing, but I haven't ever done it yet.
Yeah.
And so these are all my songs.
Well, speaking of your wife here, does she have anything directly to do with your music? I mean, obviously she gave you the idea for this song that you've written, but
we live life together. Yeah, she influences me and I influence her. That's just a reality. The last song I wrote was called "There's the Door."
Yeah.
And
which wasn't as loving as this.
Well, we talked about that. I don't think we need to get back into that. Right. But this is about our wedding day and our honeymoon, and in our life. And as a songwriter, I write about life. I like to write good, wholesome country songs, and I like my messages to be to influence people in a positive way.
Yeah.
I don't believe in writing stuff that's going to steer people down a bad path. I don't like that kind of music, so I try to write positive, wholesome country songs. I think that's where country music needs to get back to is just positive messages about doing what's good and what's right in life, and
Yeah.
That's why I fell in love with country music, because it had good, wholesome music when I was growing up.
Ed, we got 3 minutes. We hardly mentioned plumbing this morning. We can continue like we are. If you want to talk a little plumbing, we can do that either way.
Yeah, let's talk about plumbing.
So you are available at 615-733-5665, Mount Juliet Plumbing and Leak Detection.
Right, and we have the best prices on tankless water heater installs and, regular water heater installs. Last week we put in a Renai tankless for a guy, and he was very happy with it. And we also put in a few gas water heaters. And so if you need anything with your water heaters, give us a call. We're very competitive with our prices. We are also very professional. We have all the tools and equipment to take care of your water heater issues.
As far as water heaters go, gas or electric? You do both, I guess. Do you have a preference?
Oh, yeah. We do both. No. I mean, whatever the house was built for. If it's tankless, I would always do gas. I don't recommend replacing an electric water heater with electric tankless. It just becomes more complicated because of the amount of power that needs to be supplied to the tankless for it to work.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting electricians in there and maybe having to upgrade your breaker box, and it just gets pretty expensive.
But you do a lot of water heaters, apparently.
We do, yeah.
And you do a lot of leak detection, too, and that's kind of one of your...
And water leak repairs, yes.
Yeah.
So, we haven't been doing as many with all this rain.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people we haven't gotten back to because of all of this rain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have... some of these leaks are not easy to find, and we need it to be relatively dry. And when it's been raining as much as it has,
if somebody needs you available fairly soon.
Yeah, we're a service company, and we provide emergency service.
Okay.
Now that may be depending on what your emergency is. That might be like same day or tomorrow. Or right away. I mean, but
depends on your.
If you call us at 10 o'clock at night and you want us to come out at 10 o'clock at night, you're going to pay extra for it. That's just the reality.
Right.
But we are available, and we try to be reasonable with our prices. And but there's a market value for what we do, and we're competitive.
All right, we've come to the end of our time here. Just remember, Ed's number, 615-733-5665, and that's for Mount Juliet Plumbing and Leak Detection, as well as Ed Kelly Music. And you can go to edkellymusic.com and hear St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, that's right.
All right, we'll see you next month. Thanks much.
Coleman.
That's going to do it for a Monday. Please join us tomorrow for Coleman and Company. Till then, I wish you a magnificent day.